Hello, my name is Russ Merrick. I'd like to welcome you to the manufacturing facility of Merrick Machine Company located here in Allen, Nebraska. Today we have for you here, this is a drawer machine, great for the cabinet industry, whether you're doing kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets, things of that nature, or just furniture in general. Great device, real handy. It's got a lot of features and benefits, so I'm going to go through some of those with you. Let's get right to the heart of it real fast. Bill, come on in the scene here. He's actually going to run it, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that are going on. We're going to go through the controls real fast. Everything's conveniently located. We've got this on about a 15-degree tilt as far as controls, so it's easy for the operator to see. You're always worried about fatigue. You've got a button here, the black one. It's just a switch real quick. You've got hand, semi, and auto. 3 different features that are available to you. You've got a green button, which is your clamp. Yellow is your staple. And then your red is your emergency button for unclamp, okay? Bill, go ahead and cycle this thing. What's actually going to happen is it's going to come in, go ahead and run it, and the nails are actually going to come up on platinums, and we're going to fire this off. We can actually go from a 0 bottom here all the way up to about 12 inches. We can go beyond that, ask us specifically for that at the time of the order. We can also go from about 18 inches out to 36 inches when we're talking the width or how deep we can actually go on this. Now, we're going to extend out the opposite direction. All this is done moving these brackets, and we have cast iron platinums here. Bill, go ahead and run this in semi-automatic. So on the width, we're going to go from about 7 inches over to 24 inches. Each time we're actually coming in, and we have a clam sensor. The clam sensors are actually located one on each side. One on the adjustable carriage, which is the one we have here. It's actually run by this hand crank. We have one on the opposite side. What do you need a clam sensor for? In a nutshell, what we're talking about here, guys, if you want to set your nail pattern and you want to vary it, let's say the other side's totally different. You're doing something different, you're trying to miss something, a glide or what have you. Believe it or not all drawers or drawer faces or any of the components are the same. They all vary from one area of the country to the next. So you can change the nail pattern on this side versus that side. They can be real similar or spread apart. You can actually get more in a shorter span or less. In this case, we've actually put 3 in based on the customer's request. Bill, go ahead and run this a few more times. We're just cycling this through, guys. Everything on this machine is cast iron, so the main legs are going to be cast iron legs. Right through here, there's one on the adjustable end, there's one on the fixed end. You're also going to have platinums going back and forth that are cast iron. The main carriage that everything's riding back and forth on for the adjustment, that's all castings as well. The main stops that we have, the stop brackets that hold all the cylinders that clamp everything in place are also cast iron. And the tool mounts that we have are cast iron. Since we're talking about tool mounts, I'm going to talk real quick. Generally, if you want a drawer machine, you're going to get it from us, gentlemen, or you're going to talk to one of your fastener companies. Here's the thing to do. Send us the samples, okay? Send us the drawings that you have and the nail guns that you're going to be using with staples. All right? Saves us a lot of effort and time. So send all those things at that time. The other thing we recommend is that you buy 2 extra nail guns from your fastener fellas. All right? Send those to us. Now, why do you need 2 extra? That's real simple. Everything's set up for right and left hand. So if for some reason a guy damages a gun or you're running generic staples through and they jam up for some reason, oh, that's another point. Don't send us generic staples, gentlemen. Send us the good staples when you actually send the machine in with the samples, okay? If it gets damaged for some reason, back to the original point, great, pull it off, grab one of these off the shelf that's right or left hand, and put it back in, get in production right away. Take the old gun and go get it fixed at your leisure when you have time. So, buy 2 extra guns per machine. It's a good insurance policy that everyone needs to have. Okay, I'm going to kind of focus down here real fast. You've actually got anchor bolts that come with the main portion of the frame. So you can anchor this to your concrete floor, or you can just leave it set. We highly recommend that it's anchored and secured to the floor to keep everything square. We're actually running a 110 pigtail, nothing fancy. We've got an on-off switch with a light, so it tells you right away if we're running or we're not. Real simple, bulletproof machine. We've got a gore track management system, so we're adjusting in and out, trying to get to the 36 inches. How are we going to adjust it? We've got a hand crank to do that very operation. He's pulling in and out. We've got cylinders and clamp stops that are actually coming in doing the operation, squeezing everything together. We've got big orange photo sensors on here, and they're actually sensing the material. So if there's no material in here, the guns aren't going to fire on their own. It's going to come up. So once the sensor actually passes, see the top of the wood right here, it'll go ahead and shut off and says, okay, computer, we're done. We're actually running computers on board this little guy. The other thing we have going for you here, all this is adjustable. So let's say, for instance, you're going to change drawers. If you want to run just in time, it's a good little machine to do some of that. If you're going to run large scale production or medium range production, set this baby up, set another one up down the line, and run your quantities. Quantities are thing varies from company to company, whether you're large or small, but it's a good thing to look at. A lot of customers buy these. It's real handy, it's real fast, set them up and they can run. Ideally, you're going to have some conveyor with all the components feeding it, or you're going to have a bunk or a rack or a conveyor, once again, that's feeding the machine. Once the drawer is done, they're going to go ahead and put on another piece of conveyor on the opposite side, or have a 90-degree here so the operator can feed it. The swing arm, go ahead and show them that, Bill. Swing arm is adjustable depending on where the operator wants to stand. You can actually move it back and forth. Real nice, convenient thing, especially for guys that are lefties and righties. Makes a big difference, more than you might realize. Once again, this is a drawer machine. It's running about 10 CFM, and that's about on 90 PSI. So you're going to have a main air coming in on the opposite side. We're going to call this the fixed side of the machine. It's coming in. There's a regulator, filter regulator combo on this side with a gauge. Tells you how much CFM you have, air pressure, that's actually feeding this unit. All these guns are adjustable on the fixed side over here, and you can actually dial them in for like 45 degrees or less, anywhere from 0 to 45. That's on the right side and the left side, okay? Now, you can do the same trick on the back side and the adjustable side of the carriage. And you can pivot these wherever you need to. Once again, all samples aren't quite the same as everyone believes them to be. So, if you're when buying one of these machines, we're going to need the samples from you. We're going to need the nail guns. We can mount anybody's nail guns. We do ask that you do not send generic staples. You send the original from the manufacturer that you're buying them from. If you have any questions, call the factory, 1-800-568-7423, or you can go online and look us up at triadruvo.com on the internet, and you can see some of the other machines, accessory things that we have for the cabinet industry and the construction industry that we can possibly help make you some money with. If you have any other questions, feel free to call. Once again, my name is Russ Merrick, and I'd like to thank you for your time.